How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Star Wars Battlefront Potential Hero Abilities video. So I last did one of these a few weeks ago and it just went down really well with you all. We managed to get over 20 likes on the video, which was just great, so thank you very much for that. So I am doing part 2 to that video here today, and in this video we're going to be doing Chewbacca and we're also going to be doing Bossk. Now these are the two heroes that we're most likely going to get in the Death Star DLC, however nothing has been confirmed yet, so we might not get them in that DLC, but I'm just saying if we do get them, these are the abilities I think they're going to have. Now we're going to start off with Chewbacca, and his first ability is the Rapid Rampage. Now we all remember the scene in The Force Awakens where, spoiler alert, Han Solo dies, and Chewbacca is a bit upset, so he goes on a bit of a rampage, starts killing stormtroopers left, right and centre. So when the Rapid Rampage is activated, Chewbacca is going to go crazy. He's going to go and kill loads of stormtroopers, but I don't just mean shooting them with a bowcaster, no. What I mean is, let's bear in mind that this game is a 16. Now what he's going to do is going to rip stormtroopers' arms off. Come on, they've got to add that in, that would just be so good. So he's going to rip stormtroopers' arms off, he's going to go crazy, like not just using the bowcaster, he's going to probably punch them. It's just, he's going to go on a rampage, which is why it's called the Rapid Rampage. I mean, the last thing I'd want to see in Star Wars Battlefront would be me playing as a stormtrooper, just minding my own business, and then an angry Chewbacca starts approaching and looks like he's going to rip my arms off. Overall, I think this could be one of the best hero abilities on the entire game if they add it in, if Chewbacca makes his way into Star Wars Battlefront. Now moving on to Chewbacca's second ability, and this one is called the Wookiee Roar. Now I can see this being a bit of a controversial ability. Some people might like it, some people might not. But what's going to happen is when you activate this, Chewbacca is going to roar, and what this is going to do, it's going to kill enemies, because he probably won't just roar, he'll probably like pick up an enemy, throw them at the same time, so it's a bit like the Rampage as well. But come on, you've got to have stuff like this in the game when it's Chewbacca, because he's very violent in a good way. Like, the possibilities with this character are amazing. So he's going to roar. Whether that means he just roars and the enemies die, or whether that means he roars and he picks up enemies, throws them, or does something to them, shoots them with a bowcaster, I don't know. It's going to kill them, but not only this is going to help out his teammates as well, his fellow rebel soldiers. So this isn't going to count for heroes, so say there's other heroes on the team, it isn't going to count for them, but normal rebel soldiers who are fighting alongside Chewbacca, if they're in range, they will get a bonus, whether that means a health bonus where they need to be shot a few more times to die, or a weapon bonus where their weapon becomes much more powerful for a few seconds. It could even be something else, but his teammates around him are going to get some sort of bonus that helps, that doesn't just help Chewbacca out, but helps them out as well. So it's a bit like Leia and the Emperor, where they can give out health. It's doing something for the teammates as well. Now, as I said, I don't know if people are going to like this ability. Let me know in the comments section below if you liked it or not, or if you've got an idea for another ability that could take its place. But anyway, we're going to get on to Chewbacca's main ability, and it is called the Scattercaster. Now this is an ability featuring the bowcaster, because obviously the bowcaster, Chewbacca's primary weapon, it needs to have some sort of boost to it at certain times that he can use. So when Chewbacca activates the Scattercaster, his bowcaster is first of all going to get much better range. So I know the range on the bowcaster is already good, but it's going to go even further. The shots are going to become even more powerful. And say for example Chewbacca's trying to take out a hero, well this is going to deal a lot of damage. The Scattercaster is basically just an upgraded version of the bowcaster. He's still going to be using the same weapon. It could have like little lightning bits on it when it's activated, so you can tell if Chewbacca's got this ability activated. So overall it's just going to pose a bit more of a threat to his enemies, so better range, more explosive, and also it may be able to, instead of just killing enemies that are directly ahead or to the side of it, maybe it can get enemies that are maybe full onto the left side of him, full onto the right, maybe even behind him. I don't know if that's too overpowered, but it's basically just going to make the bowcaster a lot more lethal than it already is. So they are Chewbacca's abilities. Let's move on to Bossk. So Bossk was another really good hero to do. I love thinking of abilities that this guy could use in game, and we're starting off with his first ability, which is the Headbanger. So what this is going to do is he's going to be able to get two rebel soldiers' heads, bang them together and they will die, so it's a double kill essentially. Now for those of you thinking, how does this apply to Bossk? Does he ever actually do this? He actually does do this with two shock troopers in the Clone Wars series.
Alright, that's it. Fight's over. No, it ain't. You got a problem with Boba. You got a problem with me.
So as you can see, this move was actually used by Bossk in canon as well, so it's not something from Legends. He actually used this in canon, so it's definitely got to be in the game. I mean, there's not really much more you can say about this. He's going to bang two rebels' heads together, get a double kill, and it's just going to be epic to see. Like, even if you're on the rebels' side, just watching that, it's just going to be really cool to see in a game like this. I mean, with these graphics that Battlefront has, I really want to see the headbanger in the game. For his second ability, we have the Foot Strangle. Now, Bossk is a Trandoshan. We all know Trandoshans are very, very powerful creatures. I don't mean with the Force, they're just physically very powerful. So what Bossk is going to be able to do is he's going to be able to use one of his feet to get around a rebel soldier's neck and just strangle them. This is just such a good move. I mean, it shows the overall power that a Trandoshan has. I mean, just watching Bossk bring his foot up and strangle a rebel soldier would be amazing. Like, it's a 16, so they can do stuff like this in my opinion, and it would just be so good to watch. Now, I do expect this ability to have a very short cooldown, so once he pulls this off, it could have like a 6-second cooldown and then he can use it again, because if something like this that you can only use once before cooldown has like a 30-second cooldown or something, it's not going to work. So I'd say a 6-second cooldown for this one before he strangles someone again. So, once again, some people are going to agree with me on this one and some people are not, so let me know what you think in the comments section below. But anyway, let's go on to his last ability. So finishing things off for Bossk, we have the Sniper Shot. Now, Bossk uses the Rel BV-10 that's already in the game, so what the Sniper Shot is going to do to this weapon is temporarily change it into a sniper. So the range will become better when this is activated. It will also one-shot enemies if you get a headshot, and it will deal a lot more damage. So it's a really simple but very effective ability, and I think it could really work to Bossk's advantage, having a long-range weapon as well as these physical abilities that he has. I'm expecting the cooldown for this to be about 20 seconds, maybe a bit less, just because if this is an overused ability, it's going to be so easy for Bossk to kill people and get a lot of damage on other heroes. But that does wrap things up with the abilities. Let's finish the video. Right guys, so I do hope you enjoyed this video. They are the abilities I think Chewbacca and Bossk could potentially have if they are added to Star Wars Battlefront. So as I said at the start, you guys really seem to enjoy the last episode I did of this series, so if you want to see it continue after this episode, just let me know in the comments section below. So if you really want to see that, leave a like. If we can get over 20 likes again, that would just be crazy. Thank you so much for watching guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time.